Putz, América, eu não sei, cara. Eu entendo, realmente é. Meu Deus, Desconto Fire. Por que sempre tá em alemão, meu negócio?
What's up, everybody? Here at the end of The War Within, the first dramatic chapter of the World Soul Saga, we've seen the adventure take us into the depths of the world.
Meu Deus.
And even to worlds cast out into the great dark beyond. We've seen our villain Xal'atath running around
que bom.
and amassing
É bom ser
untold
representado
power.
pelo Madsen.
We've seen her siphon
Com a
the
cabecinha dele
energies of
completamente
Dalaran,
lisa.
and even those of the black blood beneath Azj-Kahet. And recently, Xal'atath assumed the
Vou
power
traduzir
of
simultaneamente.
the last
Xal'atath
Void
sendo uma
Lord, Dimensius.
malvadinha com os pezinhos pra
So the
fora.
question remains, what will she do with all that power? And what are her intentions relative to our precious World Soul? So now, as midnight descends, and the second, darker chapter of our trilogy begins, Xal'atath has returned to Azeroth, leading an army known as the
Não tem como ser bom,
Devouring
Gustavo. Não tem como
Host,
ser bom.
intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into
Bom, a história
darkness.
tem potencial de ser melhor do que agora
The
de...
heroes of Azeroth will be set
de
on a collision course with
War Within.
Xal'atath to save not only Azeroth itself, but everything that is.
Alpha Footage. Olha só, bonito, hein?
Hi everyone. As we kick off our Midnight Alpha, we'd like to give you
Sério?
all a deep dive into what's in store. We want to recap everything we've shared so far, along with some brand new details.
Tá, pelo amor de Deus, menos
Today
House.
we're going to talk about the story of Midnight,
Ok?
as well as the zones, dungeons,
Tudo bem?
delves, and raids that await if you want to save our world from Xal'atath. We're also going to talk about some big new features coming in Midnight, like Prey and the Devourer Demon Hunter specialization.
Viu só? Muito bom.
And of course, let's not forget housing.
Não, vamos esquecer
Thank
de
you
House
so
um
much for
pouquinho
joining us
só.
today.
Eu
And
já
as
vi
always,
tudo que eu
thank you
tinha
for
pra ver
being
de
a part of
Housing.
this amazing community, for choosing to spend your time in Azeroth and with each other. Now, without further ado, let's see what's in store for our home away from home. After all, it's nearly midnight.
The void storm rages in the sky, a surging vortex of shadow and chaos. Xal'atath has returned. Wielding the
Não fala sobre
dark
Apex?
heart, she carves a path of
Não, vamos ver.
destruction through once tranquil lands. Her all-consuming goal: devour the heavens, blot out all light, and bring about her midnight. It is in the shadow of this swirling storm that the defenders of Azeroth must rally once more. For peace, for the light, for the good. This is not a battle. It is a reckoning.
World of Warcraft Housing Night.
At the Sunwell, that eternal bastion of light and hope, Lady Liadrin and Lord Themar Theron lead the Blood Elves as they prepare to make their final stand. Because across all worlds and all stories, one thing never changes. Home is worth
É, no House eu
fighting
sabia que ia
for.
ter. Espero que não seja tipo foco.
Welcome to World of Warcraft Midnight. Your story begins on
Pois
the
é, foi
Isle
meio
of
morno. Começou melhor do que
Quel'Danas.
terminou, né, Gustavo?
In the immediate aftermath of Xal'atath's invasion, the Sunwell surges with light, calling out to all heroes of Azeroth for aid, while the vile creatures of the Void wage a relentless assault in the hopes of extinguishing it once and for all. Flying monstrosities attack from
Eu também
darkened
gostei.
skies,
Eu gostei
and
dessa imagem.
malign foes manifest without warning to wreak havoc across the plateau. Stand true with the champions of Azeroth as they mount a desperate defense against this invasion.
É isso aí, Serrote.
For if
São
the
um deep
Sunwell
dive das
falls,
features.
so too does the world. The defense of the Sunwell leads you directly into Silvermoon City. But not the one you know. The renewed light of the Sunwell symbolizes Silvermoon's revitalization, shining over a city fully restored to a thrumming, living capital.
Bacana.
Familiar landmarks gleam with fresh polish,
Acho bonito, Silvermoon.
while new areas like
A
the
área interna,
Sanctum of
principalmente.
Light and the Garden of Remembrance offer countless nooks and stories to explore. Inside the city walls, the threat of Xal'atath's war draws the Alliance and Horde into wary cooperation, with shared spaces hosting common services
Acho que nem
like
eles pensavam, viu,
trainers,
Gustavo?
the
Que ia ser uma
auction
vilã.
house, vendors, and more. Around a third of the city remains off-limits to those under the Lion's banner, so the Alliance allegiant should tread lightly or risk being attacked on sight.
Continuo
Outside
achando
the
que isso é uma
city
coisa
walls,
super
however,
imbecil, mas
is
tudo
where
bem.
your role in the fight
Super
against the
imbecil.
void really begins to take shape. The strength of the Sunwell infuses Eversong Woods with restorative energy, healing much of the damage of wars past and filling the zone with new growth and new life. All of what you remember of this lush, thriving forest is here. But Eversong is also a reimagined landscape of
Pois
increased
é, Buguinho, é meu
scale
receio
and
que seja isso,
greater
viu?
beauty. Most noticeably, the Ghostlands and Eversong Woods
Na verdade,
are
meu
now
receio é que o
joined
Prey
into
seja um
one
sistema de
large
delve
zone,
onde, sabe quando
which
às
is
vezes o
itself
Nemesis te
joined to
ataca
the
do nada?
Eastern
Mesma
Kingdoms.
coisa.
Eversong's flourishing fluorescence is not without complication. Though the Sunwell's light is a boon to the environment, its surging power causes pockets of light bloom, small groves of light-enriched growth, to experience surges of their own. The light bloom's rampant propagation, if left
Bonito modo.
unchecked, threatens to smother all life under an overgrown tangle. Your adventures through Eversong will have you investigating the light bloom, dealing with the aftermath of a Hawkstrider chick gone wild, helping a suspicious apothecary with questionable motives, untangling the secrets of two feuding nobles, and even getting caught up in a sinister murder plot, alongside Magister Umbric as he works to crack the secrets of the
Eu tô
void.
gostando desse deep dive, como eles estão falando sobre as quests e tal.
It is up to you how your story progresses
Eu
beyond
também acho que vai vir,
Eversong
Gustavo.
Woods.
Spec de
With
druida
3
Philadelphia.
available paths you can tackle in any order. Brave the ancient troll kingdom of Zul'aman. Investigate the gnarled hidden roots of Harandar. Or accompany Arator on his journey to better understand
Pô, eu ainda tô na dúvida desse
the
modelo do
void,
oratório. A armadura
and
tá muito
himself.
legal, a cara dele não.
Zul'aman finds the Armani troll empire at one of its lowest points.
Não, eles
the
nunca
homeland
falham,
of
nunca.
warlord Zul'jin. Zul'aman was once a place where Loa bestowed to the Armani their godly strength, and were devoutly revered in kind. The temples still stand, weathered but proud. The eagle, the lynx, the dragonhawk,
And the
the
bear.
bear. Ascend wind-swept sky-scraping peaks, explore ruins shrouded in fog, traverse stormy wilds teeming with vicious beasts, and accompany Zuljara, granddaughter of Zul'jin, and the pragmatic pillar of strength now leading the Armani, as she seeks a means to save her people
muito legal, tá
from
muito legal.
void-aligned cultists and the monsters they revere. The Armani are invaluable allies in the defense against Xal'atath's
Então, eles vão ser
invading
aliados,
force.
cara. Precisa vir
If
como
you
raça
help
aliada
them
essa
fight
porcaria.
for their home, they will help you fight for yours. At the confluence of the world
Quero dizer nada não, mas pareceu uma coisa de raça aliada isso, hein?
jungle known as Harandar. It is here that Azeroth's entire history wraps, twists and braids, a literal entanglement of all that has been and all that will be.
Não falaram. Apareceu o irmão dela, não falaram.
Magical, powerful.
Djank, muito obrigado pelo sub,
fungal
cara.
towers, glowing moss bridges, and entire villages sprout from Harandar's wild, organic fabrics. The pulsing heart of this knotted tangle is the cradle, once the domain of a nascent goddess, long vanished, and now the home of the Haranir.
Haranir vai ser
who have
legal
for
também. As
generations
customizações deles são muito
lived secretly
bacanas.
under its soothing light. The reclusive Haranir are a
Eles vão,
proud
cara,
and
repetir a
insular
história
people.
do aliando
They have long
com
avoided
Void, mas não tem
interfering in
muito
matters
como
of the world
fugir disso daí.
above. But Xal'atath's
Eu tava sumido,
destructive
Django, tava
ambition
sumido.
does not
Voltando aos
stop at the
poucos.
surface, and the Haranir can no longer afford the luxury
Eu acho que vai
of
ter troll na
neutrality.
aliança.
There is another way
Que
you
sonho.
can help with the defense of Azeroth against Xal'atath's cruel machinations. Accompany Erator, son of Turalian and Aleria Windrunner, on a continent-spanning journey in the hopes of bolstering the Sunwell and strengthening the vanguard of the light. This story-driven adventure finds you traveling with Erator as he searches for sacred relics and attempts to peel back the mysteries of the Void, all while grappling with his own relationships to his family and the light. Arator's mission brings new experiences to familiar locations.
Arator Aliança ou Horda?
Defend
Arator
Light's Hope
é...
Chapel from an attack
Arator,
by
eu não sei se ele
Scourge
tem
forces. Fight through the darkened
inclinação.
corridors of Scarlet Monastery to put to rest those who would pervert the light for their own nefarious gain, and work with Sunwalker Desco in Hammerfall to help Arator in discovering the paladin he aspires to become. Arator's story reaches its climax in the shadow of
Bela
Black
espada,
Rock
hein, cara?
Mountain. When
Na verdade, a
alongside
armadura
the
dele inteira
sons
tá
of
legal.
Lothar, he must face the weight of his father's legacy and decide once and for all whether he is willing to rise to meet it. The raging center of an unraveling shadowy maelstrom, and the epicenter of Xal'atath's power,
Bela espada lá, ele.
Voidstorm overflows with violence, chaos, and hostility. Stormfields twist and fold its space. Gravity becomes untethered and tethers again. Insatiable void creatures known as Dominar stalk the storm, each one as unique and ancient as it is hateful and hungry. They carry on their eternal hunt for power under the black gaze of 3 enormous nexus points, hubs of the malicious dark energy Xal'atath draws upon to fuel her void spar and conduct her unyielding assault against
Mas na
the
teoria ele
Sunwell.
é. Eu falei da espada do elfo lá, ele exatamente.
Void elves in their quest to understand
Aquele
what powers
Lotraxion.
this storm and stave off its approach.
O Lotraxion não tinha sido dito que ele era um traidor
Though
mesmo
much
em
of the world
Shadowlands?
of Midnight lies in the ominous shade of the encroaching void, there is at least one refuge for the weary, the Arcantina.
Esquece Shadowlands,
What began
esquece.
as a hidden sanctuary is now a not-so-secret tavern haven for Horde and Alliance alike. A big, cozy space filled by music, chatter, and life. If the void is the bleak and the cold, the Arcantina is its opposite, a warm spark in the heart of every patron. It is a place to gather with friends, find the perfect comfy sitting room, or just soak in the atmosphere of a well-traveled watering hole.
Não,
As a
já tinham
crossway
dito
for
que
people of
Lotraxion ele
all
era...
kinds, the Arcantina also serves as a source of new adventures. Familiar faces stop by here and there,
Okay.
spinning stories and offering quests that send you far across Azeroth in search of relics of the past. Follow the course they set for you to discover a fresh perspective on familiar locations. Xal'atath is determined in her destiny.
Bom, vai ter quest
an
então em área
unrelenting
antiga do
foe
mundo.
with an army that
Não sei se vai ter
never
muitas,
sleeps.
mas parece que algumas vão ter.
But you can't live every moment in grim resistance. The Arcantina is always here. Should
Falando
you
nisso, é um
find
deep
yourself
dive
in
das
need
coisas
of a
novas que estão vindo na
little
expansão. I facing new
The
threats.
mysteries of the origins of the void and the knowledge and power to stop it are not to be found only on the surface. For true deliverance, as always, hides in snarled labyrinths, looming temples, deadly ruins. These delves, dungeons and raids are the real font of power.
Aquilo ali
The sacred and
era...
defiled spaces from
Embaixo
which
de Suramar,
strength is
não era?
not just earned,
Esqueci o nome da
taken.
dungeon.
Across
Não era
this
Archway,
void,
era Archway?
darkened world hide myriad delves overflowing with incalculable danger. Located on the Isle of Quel'Danas,
Parhelion Plaza.
Parhelion Plaza
Parhelion
is an
Plaza.
outdoor delve that drops you into the heart of the defense of the Sunwell. Fight against the surge of the Void's attack by restoring Parhelion's defenses, commanding an artillery of light, ducking into pocket dimensions, and putting down Gladius Slana, a Dominar who uses summoned Voidwalkers as weapons against your stand.
Bonito esse modelo, hein? Bem legal.
Expect to plunge the depths of 9 other delves
Archway.
and one seasonal Nemesis delve when Midnight launches.
Quem é o Nemesis?
You do not have to face these delves alone. Valera Sanguinar is a powerful new companion with a rogue-minded approach to problem-solving. As a DPS, her killing spree ability has her moving through the shadows to lash out at multiple enemies. As a healer, she uses vampiric reaping to rip away the life force of enemies into orbs you can collect to heal.
Oh.
And as a tank, she uses your first mistake to taunt and do damage
Sim, eles foram
over
mudando
time
com o
to
tempo,
any
Gustavo.
enemy that turns their back on her to attack her ally. Valera is also a prolific provider of poisons that, depending on her role, empower you with more damage, better avoidance, increased speed, and more.
Não gostei desse negócio no chão, porque eu acho que vai confundir
Your
muito, mas
adventures
beleza.
in Midnight eventually lead you down darker paths, paths that end in overgrown corridors and ruin-stricken relics, forgotten places of powers best left unstirred. Yet these dungeons promise plunder worthy of the peril, should you have the courage to overcome the challenges within. Windrunner Spire, the former residence of the Windrunner family, haunts the skyline of Eversong Wood's western shore. The strained relationship of its namesake sisters,
Se preparem pra Sylvanas voltando nessa expansão, tá?
Sylvanas and Ilaria, imbues its halls with a sullen, spiteful energy. The restless spirits bound to this animosity threaten all who draw near. Among these spirits
Já
lurks
passou,
the
cara.
Windrunner's sole brother, Lirith, who needs your help in quelling this restlessness and clearing his once great home of hate. Serenity, however, is not so easily claimed. There are other forces that seek dominion over this domain. Emberdawn, a fire-colored dragonhawk, claims the dilapidated gardens of the Spire as a nest for her young. She is fiercely territorial, answering intruders with
Esse modelo
both
do
talon
Dragonhawk ficou
and
bem melhor, hein?
flame. The derelict duo comprised of the Banshee Callis and her loyal abomination Latch lead a band of fanatical undead in a hunt for relics tied to Sylvanas. They meet outside interference with a mix of shadowy magic and brute strength.
Tá com parece um pouco com Ravencrest essa dungeon aí.
Countless conquests during the Second War that took Lirith Windrunner's life, stalks the Spire with an insatiable bloodlust. Since being slain in vengeance by Ilaria, Krolok knows only torment and the desire to pass it on. The restless heart, a concentrated whirlwind of grief and suffering born from the conflict of the Windrunner sisters, envelops all who remain in turbulent turmoil. This swirling spectre
vai ter
takes
alguma
the
coisa
form
antes
of
de
a
lançar a
ranger,
expansão que eu vou ter que comprar
combining
pra
the
Midnight
power
jogar.
of the wind with volleys
Acho que
of
House é a primeira
arrows
coisa
to
que vai
cut down
vir.
the uninvited. Windrunner Spire
Acho.
was, at one point, a living embodiment of family and of legacy. With the help of Lirith and your allies, you can make it so once more. 7 more dungeons await you in Midnight, each one crawling with the cutthroat and the craven.
Bonito isso aí.
Magister's Terrace and Murder Row in Eversong Woods, the Den of Nalorak and Mysara Caverns in Zul'aman, Blinding Vale in Harandar, and the Voidscar Arena and Nexus Point Zenith in Voidstorm. The most tyrannical antagonists of Azeroth
Vai
work
aparecer
their
mandando.
dark deeds from within Midnight's 3 new raids. The Void Spire, where 6 bosses hold court over the heart of the Void.
Ah, é, vai ser
and
dividido
muster
às vezes, né?
against the
6
amassing
boss.
vanguard of the light
Aí vai ser
as
mais o
it
quê?
readies to
1 e
storm
3,
the
uma coisa assim?
walls of Xal'atath's stronghold. The Dream Rift, where you must join in the hunt for an undreamt god that never should have been, and put down half-birthed abominations that lash out against existence itself. And the march on Quell Danas, an encounter still shrouded by the fog of
Com
war
certeza,
beyond
Guilherme, com
the known
certeza.
presence of Beloren.
Eu
the
também acho, Guilherme, eu acho que ela
void-corrupted
perde essa expansão.
Phoenix, who stakes a ceaseless watch over the entrance to the chambers beyond.
Isso deve ser uma montaria, hein?
The Void threatens to end all of Azeroth, to rend the world in the squall of a black tempest. But the extraordinary power it carries does provide opportunities
Anderson, é
to
um
those
deep dive
heroes willing
dos
to
sistemas que vão vir
embrace
nessa expansão.
Devoured
vamos
demon
lá, vamos
hunters
ver.
bend the Void to their will, ripping Void fragments from their enemies and using them as the power source for cataclysmic spells. They are mid-range damage dealers, armed with a summonable Void Scythe, darting in and out of the fray as they dance on the line between control and chaos. Voidblade and Hungering Slash work in concert. Dash into melee range to deliver a series of crushing Void Scythe attacks,
Bonitinho.
then use Vengeful Retreat to escape the enemy's reprisal. You can also start this combo off with a Void-charged The Hunt. Metamorphosis transforms you into a familiar state of cursed power. The more you feed it, the longer it lasts. Ride the wave of annihilation by tearing apart souls and staying alive. Reap is a sweeping scythe attack that consumes all of your soul fragments for one massive burst of damage. Use Void Ray to cut through enemies in a straight line and leave them smoldering. Collapsing Star channels the immense energy of a dying
DPS,
star,
cara.
focusing it into one single destructive blast. The more you cast it during your Void Metamorphosis, the stronger it gets. Demon hunters also find themselves with new disciples in midnight. Void elves are sharpening their warglaives and joining the hunt.
Tá. Nada de novo, tá? Eles só falaram a mesma coisa que a gente já sabia. As customizações de Haranir estão muito legais.
Haranir are deeply entwined with the organic world. Theirs is a culture shaped not by cities or by conquest, but by the roots, the stones, the quiet pulse of the deepest breath of the world. Their armor, their weapons, their skin, all are infused with the inner light of organic power. Even the mightiest primordial predator in Harandar knows to fear the telltale luminescence of a Haranir's markings in the dense jungle brush.
Bem legal.
They are primal, ferocious hunters, a force of nature unto themselves, who possess the racial ability to travel along the roots of the world, from Harandar to any world tree, or from anywhere back to Harandar. Haranir are versatile warriors, who can choose from a wide range of paths, including those of the warrior, hunter, rogue, priest, shaman, mage, warlock, monk, and druid. The last of which has all
as formas, que legal.
to reflect the Haranir's
Olha
unique connection
a coruja, a corujona dele. Vocês viram o Moonking dele?
A secret opt-in initiative run out of Silvermoon City by Astalor Bloodsworn, a blood elf with
Acho que eu fiquei animado demais com isso.
Colorful past. Astalor is after one thing: anguish, a powerful magic siphoned from Azeroth's deadliest threats. And he's offering generous compensation to heroes who are courageous or foolhardy enough to go chase it. Astalor's lair in Murder Row is your base of operations for Prey, the place where you pick your targets, track your progress, and collect your rewards, including cosmetics,
belos cosméticos, hein?
titles, and housing items. The deeper you go, the harder the challenges, and the more you unlock.
Ele mesmo ia pisar na armadilha.
Difficulties. Normal, which serves as an introduction to the system, along with offering plenty of challenge. Hard, where the ambushes get meaner and the encounters more intense. And Nightmare, which is just about the fastest way to gain intimate knowledge of Midnight's many new and scenic graveyards. Prey can ambush you at any time, whether you're questing, exploring, or minding your own business. Each time you defeat your target, you increase your advantage by tiring them out and buying time to find whatever dark hole they're hiding in. Higher difficulties incorporate torments, personal afflictions that only impact you.
Tá bom, então é o Nemesis das Delves mais
like creating an AoE damage
visões horrendas.
under recently deceased foes, or haunting you with a bloody spirit that deals lethal
visões horrendas
damage when it catches
com...
you.
Tá, tudo bem.
A torment can also manifest in the form of Astalor's impatience, forcing you to make a kill within a specific time limit before Astalor simply extracts his payment from you. Prey targets are all different, and all deadly. Magister Sunbreaker, a disgraced blood elf whose reckless magic is a threat to Silvermoon and everyone near it. High Vindicator Vareem, a zealot who believes the void can only be defeated by covering the entire world in holy flame, and is ready to put that belief to the test. Executor Canius, a sadistic dominar whose primary hobby is murdering anyone foolish enough to challenge his martial prowess. Prey is a way to add excitement, unpredictability, and challenge to your journey through midnight.
Eu tenho dúvida desse sistema ainda.
But be warned, there's a reason Astalor isn't chasing these targets himself. For those who tread the worn paths and soaring skyways,
eu vou ficar meio decepcionado se for isso o deep dive deles.
More than story, character, or conflict, Azeroth is, and always will be, home. Housing in Midnight is dedicated to that ineffable feeling of being part of something bigger, of something greater, of living a real life as a true part of a real world. Housing in WoW is built to give you boundless self-expression in the place you call yours. Collect hundreds of decorations and dive deep on customization. Place, rotate, scale, and move items to your heart's content. This is more than changing a coat of paint or choosing a different picture frame. It's a sandbox for your imagination. World of Warcraft has over 2 decades of content, and the time you've spent in Azeroth over
Vai
the
ser
years
bacana
will
isso daí.
yield a bounty of housing rewards. Milestones like completing your Legion Order Hall campaign or finishing completionist achievements
Nossa,
like
legal.
Back to the Beyond will award housing items post facto. You'll also earn decor through dungeons and raids, reputation vendors, achievements, quest lines, housing endeavors, the auction house, holidays and live events, and crafting.
Shallow Dive.
All
Pois é,
professions
cara.
from all expansions can craft decor.
Então, Gustavo, eu já vi isso
Search
daí
the
também.
world
Estranho,
for
né,
lumber,
cara?
a new gathering resource, and use it to craft decorations that can be bought and sold
Isso
on
é
the
bacana.
auction house. Many housing-specific items can be dyed, giving you greater control of the finer details of decorating. Imagine your dream home. Collect and craft the decor to bring it to
Quem é
reality.
que coloca uma cortina
Then
na frente do,
tweak it until it's
no estante?
just right.
Tá bom.
Floor plans are flexible. You can rotate and stack rooms to
Oh,
create
isso é ótimo.
multi-floor structures. A variety of room types and shapes are available, including normal squares and rectangles, L and T hallways, as well as some more fantastical configurations. Advanced mode takes the toolset even further, allowing you to adjust each piece of decor exactly as you want. Rotate, float, scale, and more
Vitor, muito
to
obrigado
make
pelo
your
sub, cara.
home a perfect reflection of your taste. And that's just the inside. The outside of your house is also customizable. Place your home how you want it on your plot. Add fountains, statues, planters, and more. Change out your windows. Pick the perfect chimney. Add a tower, and decide on the door of your dreams. Exterior plots also have the same advanced mode as interiors for even more modification. At Midnight's official launch, you'll have a choice between exterior themes based on orcs, humans, blood elves, and night elves. These aren't just skins, they're full
Eles não mostraram
architectural
os night
styles
elves.
with unique customization options. Orc homes feature hide rooftops, bonfires, and rugged surfaces. Human homes are rustic, with sturdy stone walls, warm wooden floors, and colorful banners. Level up your house to unlock more flexibility. New rooms and floors, bigger house sizes.
Até agora eles falaram que vai ter os Night Elves, mas eles não mostraram
Increases in the number of
nada. Nem os
spots for
Blood Elves, pra falar a verdade.
decor.
Blood Elf ainda teve uma
Every house is
visãozinha,
in
vai.
a shared zone known as a neighborhood, where you and others can show off your homes,
Cachorro.
build community, and participate in rolling challenges to earn housing rewards. Neighborhoods feature a wide variety of biomes, from spooky forests and coastal plains in
Legal.
Founders Point to lush oases and windswept bluffs in razor-wind shores. All contain different kinds of plots. Some are secluded and quiet, while others are clustered for the socially vibrant. Your neighborhood is faction-coded in its aesthetics, but not faction-exclusive in its residency. You have the choice between two types of neighborhood. Private neighborhoods where guilds or groups of friends can form their own space. Public neighborhoods where you'll find a home among friends you haven't met yet. Private neighborhoods come in two varieties. Guild
Ainda não tem data,
neighborhoods,
ainda não tem
which scale to fit your guild roster, and charter neighborhoods, which are capped at 50 homes and are perfect for tight-knit communities. Endeavors are monthly neighborhood-wide activities that bring everyone together to complete tasks, unlock themed decorations, and contribute to helping your neighborhood evolve. Participate in endeavors to earn house XP and community coupons that give you access to exclusive decor.
Isso é bacana.
Above all, housing is designed to help you find your perfect space and transform it to your own fantasy haven. To create your own home, sweet home.
And there you have it. Thank you so much on behalf of the entire World of Warcraft team for joining us for this
Eu
overview
vou falar,
of Midnight.
por favor, ó.
And if after what you just saw, you can't wait to get your hands
Isso
on housing,
não foi deep
don't
dive.
worry, because it's coming your way if you have Midnight in early December of this year.
Dezembro,
Thank you
Player
again,
House, então.
and
Pelo
we'll
menos
see
isso
you
daí
in
eles
Azeroth.
anunciaram.
Friends, we hope you've enjoyed this deeper look at Midnight. But as you can see, this fight is far from over. The drums of war thunder once again, and Azeroth needs her champions, now more than ever.
Tá. Putz, cara, eu vou falar a verdade. Eu acho que eu vou depois dar uma olhada no Developer Q&A disso daqui. Eu não vou olhar agora, não. Tá. Vamos conversar um pouco sobre isso daí. Enquanto eu faço. Além, muito obrigado pelo sub. Eu tô decepcionado com o Deep Dive. Eu achei que ia ter muito mais informação. E o pior é que foi um resumão das coisas. Vamos lá, eu vou ser mais direto com isso daqui. O anúncio que eles fizeram, nós tivemos informações sobre o sistema de Prey, que nós já sabíamos. Sistema do DH, que foram coisas que nós já sabíamos também. As áreas que nós já sabíamos, mas nós pelo menos vimos algumas áreas novas. Falaram um pouco das dungeons por cima, mas nós já sabíamos qual viria das dungeons também. Delves falaram, nós já sabíamos que viria. Ah, meu Deus. Haranir mostraram pelo menos as fórmulas lá do druida, que foi a parte mais legal pra mim. O que significa, o que é muita coisa, tá? Já é um indicativo. Foi bem sem sal. Foi bem sem sal. E não é que eu não acho que eu não tô interessado nisso daqui. É só que eu esperava ter mais informação sobre as coisas, tipo... Cara, é estranho. Parece que eles não têm todas as informações pra dar pra gente ainda. Eu acho que é isso. Acho que isso daí é uma boa maneira de falar. Toda vez que eles falam de Midnight, eu fico com a sensação de que eles não têm tudo ainda definido pra poder falar exatamente como vai ser. Então eles deixam tudo muito aberto pra se caso não acontecer alguma coisa, eles não falarem, não, mas a gente nunca falou que vai ter isso daqui. O que me deixa um pouco preocupado.